Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to White Fortress Cybersecurity. And in today's class, we will be talking about XSS cross-site scripting. Previously, we talked about SQL injection. That was also one of the web application vulnerability and talked about the automation tools that we can use for it. And today, we are gonna go with this cross-site scripting. This is another web application vulnerability. Hello, Arun. Arun, welcome to the channel. You were the first who joined. Okay, that's great. Sir, you are also first one. Okay, I'll consider you both as first. Okay, so let's start. So, first of all, we'll talk about what is cross-site scripting, what are the types of cross-site scripting, how it occurs, and how we can find it on the real websites, and what are the parameters on which we can find this XSS vulnerability. What are the impacts of your XSS vulnerability, how to detect it, how to mitigate it, and payloads, what are the payloads by which we can make or we can compromise a site using XSS or stuff like that. Then how to implement or protect your systems from the XSS vulnerability from or your websites from the XSS vulnerability. So let's get started with the cross-site scripting. XSS is a common web security vulnerability. In essence, it allows attackers to inject malicious scripts into the websites. So what we are able to do, we are able to um, like put some payload into the sites, into the websites, by which we can view some kind of result like a pop-up, for example, and it can also we can also make other users execute that malicious script into their systems. Okay, if you are not very clear about it yet, it's okay. We just take your time. We are gonna explain each and every word, everything. And I hope I'm audible to you guys. If my voice breaks or anything, just let me know. So we'll be talking about three main types of XSS: reflected XSS, stored XSS, and DOM-based XSS. So first one is your reflected XSS. It occurs when malicious script is embedded in a URL or any other input, and the script is executed when the user visits a particular URL. For example, this is your browser, okay, and there is a site we opened in the browser. So what attacker do? Attacker just uh, put some kind of URL, some sorry, not URL, some kind of malicious script into the URL and sends it to the that attacker sends that malicious link to the user. And when the user clicks on it, it gets executed in the browser, and the browser is sending private data to the attacker or some cookies to the attacker. I hope, guys, you know what cookies are. If you don't know, just let me know in the chat. I'll explain it to you. Okay, so let's first of all do some practical so that you guys also understand it better. Let's take N1 web, and here I'm gonna look for, okay, just a minute. Okay, so we can put those scripts and everything in whatsoever login parameter we have got. Okay, I'm gonna just simply log in using test in here, and just a second. Here also we have some like parameter where we can input our malicious script and everything. Okay, so here let's try it. So this is one of the payload I'm using. Script alert script. Okay, so wheresoever you get the parameter to input it, okay, wheresoever you can type, there is some user input we can do. So there we can simply put the script alert script thing. And here you can see we got a pop-up. Okay, your script alert script is basically this payload is basically used for generating an pop-up. Okay, here if I put something, some kind of something like XSS and I then execute it, you'll be able to see that pop up only. Script alert script, go. Uh, Let me remove the spacing if it's altering or something. Okay, here you can see the pop up in the here you can see test equal to query, and here also we can try putting a payload. Let me remove the spacing. Script alert script. Okay, in the URL or in your search boxes, or there is some comment section where also you can try putting this payload. Okay, so here we were getting the pop-up, right? So let's see where it is getting reflected. Okay, how it is getting generated. I click on go and it was getting executed previously. It's okay. When I do control U for looking at the source code, and then I will simply press control F, and here I will look for alert. And here you can see here it was getting reflected. Okay, here script alert script. Okay, I have this thing. I'll have to remove it. So for generating these, this let's see an example of your HTML. Okay, it's where it is getting reflected. It is getting reflected in the source code. So if we look at the typical source code, typical HTML source code, this is how it looks like. Okay, HTML. Then here I'm going to close the HTML tag. HTML. Here I've got some header tag. Header tag. Here I have got another one. And here title. Title tag. Okay, this is how a typical HTML code looks like. So for say my web page is the title in here. This is a very simple one if you do not know anything about it. So let me tell you your for writing a HTML code, you have to put these tags, these kind of tags, and close them using the slash. Then in the head, you can put the title and other scripts like that, some scripts and everything. Then in the body, it has got the main content that is shown on the web page. Like your paragraphs is for P. Okay, this is a paragraph, and here slash P again for closing the paragraph. Hyphen slash is used for closing. Then here I have got some like heading or something before the paragraph. Let's take it before the paragraph. And here heading gets closed. This is my heading one. Okay, so these are the things. This is a typical source code, you can say, of your HTML, how the web page is made using all these tags only. Okay, so for example, by mistake, the developer forgets to put this slash. Okay, the developer forgot to put or close any of the tag. And what I did, I simply close this tag. Okay, I knew that there is some error in the source code, and here I put another tag that is used for showing a pop-up. Okay, script alert and script something like this. Okay, or forgot the title tag open or any tag open. Okay, so in that case this vulnerability arises. That is one of the case. Okay, so now what I did, I simply use this, and after this I put it slash h1. Okay, I close the tag in here. So what will happen, it will also take my um, payload as its own, like it will reflect it on the web page. So that is what is happening in here also. Okay, let me check if it's correct here. Let's do it again. Go here. We are getting the pop-up because of that one. Control U again. I'm gonna control F and look for the alert. Here it is getting reflected exactly. Okay, here you can see H2. It's closed ID searched for. Then here it in the H2 parameter is it is falling, and H2 is closed. Div is closed. Okay, even if there the parameters are closed, there is no filtering, there is no input filtering or anything. That's why it's not getting uh it's not getting detected or deleted from their end. So let's come back in here. So reflected access occurs when the malicious script is embedded in a URL, or you can say in any of the search parameter, or there is a common parameter, there is any kind of parameter, and that malicious script is embedded into that, or any input parameter. Okay, the script is executed when the user visits the particular URL. So if I send that particular URL, okay, there is, for say, I put the payload in the URL and I sent it to someone, so in on their screen also that pop-up will be getting reflected. They will also be able to see that pop-up. So in here I've just used it for normally showing you how actually reflected accesses looks like. But if we talk about on the real sites, or on the real attack, if we talk about what attacker can do, attacker can write its own script, okay, for asking for bringing the user's cookies, for bringing the user's session cookie to itself. Okay, and it will be then sent to the attacker, and attacker can use the user's cookie, whosoever open that, to log in into the user account. Okay, so here also that is the example. Attacker sends a link containing a script that steals the victim's session cookie when it is clicked. Next is your stored XSS. So in here it was just a reflected one. Okay, attacker will have to send a link to make it get executed in the other user's account. But what about the stored XSS? Stored XSS is much worse. Okay, it gets stored in the site page like a comment section. So whenever a user visit us the malicious page or the infected page, you can see the stored in that website, it is permanently stored on the target website, and it is executed every time any user visits the compromised page. Attacker posts a script in a comment on a form, and all visitors who viewed the comment gets infected. Okay, this is one of the example. What happened? Just a second. I think I've uh, like attacker discovered that website having a vulnerability that enables script injection. Okay, and it injects the one website with the malicious script, injects that vulnerable website, and every time a visitor will visit the site, the session cookies will be sent to the attacker. So for each visit to the website, the malicious script is activated and visitor session cookie is being sent to the attacker. That is what happens in your stored XSS. I hope it is clear to you guys. If you have any question about the reflected XSS or stored XSS, you can let me know in the chat. Okay, I'll be happy to hear all your doubts, guys. Okay, next is your DOM based XSS. This is another type of XSS, involves manipulating the document object model. So what happens in your browser? There is like in the user's browser, there is something called document object model, which helps in, you can say, storing the site while we like I open any site. Okay, so it is being stored in here. Okay, so document object model executes all the sites, helps in loading all the sites and store it till our work is done. So in the user's browser, usually in client side JavaScript. So in browser, or you can say client side JavaScript, this vulnerability uh, can be manipulated using the client side JavaScript. How? First of all, there is your attacker. Attacker again crafts a URL containing the malicious string and sends it to the victim. So user is not aware about it every time. Okay, and the attacker has just sent the URL that has got that malicious script and everything. Then user clicked on it, and the user is tricked into opening the link requesting the malicious URL from the website. Then secure, this is your secure all good website. The website received the request, but it do not include any malicious response at all. But then where is the problem? The problem is in the user's browser. The actual problem is in there. The user's browser execute that legitimate script inside the response. That script that was coming from your secure website, and then causing the malicious script to be inserted into the page, and your DOM is making it inserted into the page while loading the page, and the user's browser execute that malicious script. Okay, the user's browser will execute that malicious script as well, inserted into the page by the client side code. So everything that is happening on the user's end, sorry, browser, in the browser, and the user's end. The user's data is, or sensitive information like cookies, is then sent to the attacker server. Okay, whatsoever it would have hosted, like some listening port and everything, whatsoever there was in the payload, right? You know already how payloads work after the Metasploit framework thing. Okay, so this is your DOM based XSS. So how does this vulnerability occur? Attacker inject the malicious code through user input field. So where, let's talk about the practical part also. How will you actually find it on the real websites? Okay, so let's look for the top 25 parameters XSS. Here we are back to this site. This, I think, was this one. Yeah, here it is. Okay, SSRF, LFI, SQL injection, XSS. Okay, so Q, question mark Q, something like this is in the you can say site. Question mark Q equal to question mark S equal to question mark search. On the search parameters, it's commonly found on the search parameters as well. ID parameter, language parameter, keyword, query, page, URL. Okay, these are all some of the common parameters. But where you should try it, in the URL, like uh, whatsoever, something like Q equal to is written or something. In the search, also in the comment section, everywhere you will try to find it. So again, for this, you can use the Google Doc like Q in URL, PHP question mark. In the ID parameter also, it is usually found. Okay, ID also, you can look for ID parameter, ID equal. Okay, and let's take any kind of site. Okay, I'm just taking an example site, nothing else. So you will look for something like id equal to or anything like that. Okay, here, like for example, this is one of the parameter. Here, removing this id thing and trying to put it here. Okay, this is just an example. I'm not saying this site is vulnerable or anything like that. It's not vulnerable, it's a bank site. Okay, you should not do perform any malicious activity. It's just for how you can manually test onto the sites. Okay, so here we can put it, or on the search parameters, or wheresoever we find the input parameter where user input is allowed, you can just simply use it there. Okay, so coming back here, attackers inject the code through user input fields, cookies also, and other data sources where website take user generated content. Okay, like in the search bar. Okay. And the most common entry points for attackers include search boxes, comment sections, and forms that accept the user input. There is one of the real world cases of your XSS vulnerability. A worm named Stock Daily was spread onto the Twitter. Mm, It had, it was a worm. I hope you guys know what worm is. We talked about that in the virus thing. Okay, worm is basically your um, a malware that spreads across the network. Okay, but this worm was spreading across the multiple accounts. So stock daily worm was used an XSS vulnerability to spread on the Twitter. Users whosoever visited on an infected profile started posting a tweet that contained the same malicious script. So, what could be the impact of your XSS vulnerability? Data theft. Okay, data can be stolen. Cookies can be stolen. Session hijacking, malicious redirection. There are many things that could be done. And one of the vulnerabilities is CSRF, cross-site request forgery, can also be done. So, what is this cross-site request forgery? Like, for example, let's take this image. If it loads properly, I don't think it is. I'll also tell you about I'll also tell you about some exciting stuff, okay, where you can actually practice this XSS thing um, in a safer environment. Here we have an example of CSRF, cross-site script request forgery. Sorry, client-side request forgery. Client-side request forgery. Okay, so what happens in this one? The user is already logged in to a site, like for example, my bank. So, your attacker creates a legitimate looking request and send a link by email. Okay, send something like um, victims, like you have €1 10,000. But when the victim clicks on this link, you have one euro 1,000. So this is what is in the background, okay, of this link. A heref http mybank.thm transfer amount equal to 100. Okay, $100 should be transferred to account number 1011, and you have €1 1,000 and everything like that. Okay, so this is what is in the backend. So when it goes to the victim, victim is tricked into clicking that link of winning 1,000 euros, and as soon as I it clicks on that, this is what gets executed. And already, if the user is already logged in to that account, the victim, the money from the victim's account will be sent to the attacker. Guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any doubts, any questions till now in any type of XSS vulnerability or in cross-site scripting, sorry, cross-site request forgery, so you can let me know in the chat box. If you have any questions related to your career regarding the cybersecurity, or you want to learn cybersecurity stuff, ethical hacking stuff, want to pursue a career in it, you can contact us on the number given in the description below. So, how you can detect this XSS vulnerability is there on your website or not. Okay, you can use automated scanners like your Ekinetics, Suit, etc. Or you can also do it using by the manual testing. Like I have done, like putting the XSS payload script, alert script payload, and stuff like that by doing the manual testing or reviewing the code that there is no tag that is left open, or even if the it's not about the tags, this is also about the user input. Okay, that whatsoever the user is inputting, it is not getting filtered, getting blacklisted or whitelisted. So that is also one of the thing for the developers. Next is some of the popular tools include OWASP, Zap, Bubsuit, and online scanners like Ekinetics. Vulnerability scanning services like Qualys, Tenable, or Detectify to scan your websites for security vulnerabilities, including XSS. Okay, these are some of your vulnerability scanners. Mitigation, how you can prevent it. Best practices are to include the input validation. Okay, we already talked about that. Whatsoever a user is inputting, it should be validated. Like output encoding, whatsoever output uh, is going to the server side, it should also be encoded. And using security libraries like OWASP Java encoder is a must. Implementing security headers like content security policy. Okay, this is one of the thing. Okay, here what it do, it this content security policy will not let the content of another sites get loaded onto your site, and using other security headers might help mitigating the risk. There are so many headers that we have seen, some security headers. You have got for XSS protection, XSS protection header, content type options here. All of these are also like explained in here. Okay, what which header has got what work. There are multiple security headers that are used for uh, protecting your websites, web applications. Like one of the very important one is your strict transport security, so that there can be no downgrade attacks. Like your site works on HTTPS, I downgrade it to HTTP, and then uh, doing man in the middle attack or stuff like that. So the HTTP response header lets website tell the browser that only HTTPS should be accessed instead of HTTP. It's like forcing HTTPS or security to be done in here. Guys, if you got any questions, any doubts, let me know. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in learning ethical hacking, you can contact us on the number given in the description below. And Also, there is a form in the description. You can also fill that to registering for our courses. XSS payloads are script injections injected by attackers. Here are some of the scripts like script alert script that is used to display the pop-up. Okay, another one is your image source X on error alert. It is triggered when an alert image, this triggers an alert when the image is failed to load on the specific site. Another is your ahref JavaScript alert. Click me. It is initiated and it initiates an alert when a link is clicked. So there are many XSS payloads that can be used. So if you want to learn it on or want to practice all this, you can simply go to XSS game where you'll learn a lot of payloads and stuff like that. I think this was it. Uh, Not this one. There was a better one too. Okay, you can look for this one also. Here you will get to learn a lot of stuff, lot of payloads, how it is working and everything. You'll also have to learn a lot of stuff. Let's see. Wait a minute. I forgot which one it was. That site also looked fine to me. Okay, that one has got some levels and everything. XSS came. Um, Google App Engine. Yeah, here it is. Okay, XSS game appspot.com. Okay, this is your target website. Here you can enter your query. So instead of entering your query or anything, you can just simply put your payload in here. Okay, and then there are level after level. You can also look for the hints. You can also um, level list to demonstrate the cause of it. Okay, so here you can simply practice XSS, try to do it on your own, and you'll learn a lot and about many payload and everything. And also try doing the control you think. If you're doing it on the real websites, you'll be able to see if it is getting reflected or not. And in some of the sites you'll see there will be some kind of encoding, like these are some of your special characters. No, these will get encoded into the URL or your base 64. It's mostly URL encoding. So that is what you will be seeing for these websites that actually do the input validation. If there is no input validation, then it might be um, vulnerable or might not be vulnerable. There might be some kind of headers or anything else might be getting used. So this one, let's try to do it, I guess, because we have got still we have got some time in here. So let's try script alert script. Let's search for it. And here you can see, congratulations, you exceeded an alert. You can now advance to next level. Okay, so like this, there are so many levels that we can do. Okay, next one, advance to next level. Okay, this is another one. Here you can see there are some comment section and everything. Here we can just, let's try putting the XSS thing in here also. It says web application often keep user data inside server side and increasingly client side databases. Mission inject a script to pop up alert. Again, it is this one. Let's try it again. Where is that payload? I'll have to type it again and again otherwise. Guys, if you get any question, any doubts, let me know. I hope I'll be able to copy it. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see. There is nothing. Okay, welcome to this start. Let's try another one, another payload that we have in here. Uh, just a minute. This one, image source on alert error triggers an alert when an image fails to load. Let's try this one. I'll close all the other tabs. These are unnecessary. Let's try this one. Okay, here you can see we got the another one also. Congratulations, you executed an alert. Now you can go to the next level or anything like that. Then advance to the next level. Here also, image 1, image 2, image 3. So let's try to put it. I cannot see any input parameter other than this one. I think let's try to put it in here maybe. Yeah, so the image is not loading or something like that is happening in here. Let's try some other, like, let's see the third one, on error or go, nothing. Let's see if it is getting reflected anywhere here. I guess alert. As before inject, no, it's here. This alert is in here, not anywhere here. So let's try. Okay, we got it. Let's try doing the control U, control F, alert. No, it's not get in the game thing, it's not getting reflected. But here you can see we got the access. I've done it previously also, so I remember a little bit. You can try doing like just continue with multiple levels, try to learn what these errors mean. Okay, these sorry, errors I'm saying, these payloads mean. Okay, if you're new to the HTML, XSS, JavaScript stuff, okay, so you can try doing that. This is all your JavaScript is needed a little bit for finding the XSS for better. There is one, there are some more in the hack bar that I showed you in the Cyberfox. Okay, I'll show it to you. Here also you can see in the hack bar that we downloaded during the SQL injection. Here also you can see multiple in here. Okay, this is used for closing a tag and this inverted comma and open. This is closing the tag and then putting the payload. Stuff like that. Okay, so there here also you can see multiple payloads in your hack bar. If you guys don't remember or don't know from where to just get this hack bar stuff, you can just look for mm, uh, the video SQL injection. Okay, we got this hack bar from here. Cyberfox is the browser that we had, and just a minute, guys. I have got the visitor. Okay, so guys, do not forget to practice all this. Yeah, I was telling you about the Hackbar also. PHP Hitachi Hackbar. PH Hitachi Hackbar. It was something like this. Hitachi Hackbar. This one, PH Hitachi Hackbar. Okay, this is an extension in your CyberFox browser. That is a special browser for your um, hacking or web application pen testing stuff, you can say. Okay, so this is one of the thing. This is Hackbar. You can get it here on GitHub again. If you have any questions, any doubts, guys, related to any of the topic, let me know right now. Okay. And guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And on the closure of this module, we should not, and guys, do not use it for any unauthorized purposes. Unauthorized exploitation of XSS vulnerabilities can have severe legal consequences, including criminal charges. And responsible disclosure. Ethical hackers follow responsible disclosure practices. If you guys don't know about it, like there are some limitations when we are finding some vulnerabilities on a site. We need to stop at a particular part. Okay, like here in what was that one? Okay, like here we generated the pop-up. That's it. You have to stop right there. You should not exploit that kind of vulnerability. Okay, furthermore, in a real website, if we talk about why, because that might they might just get opposite onto us. Like it, we might get caught onto that thing. It's illegal to do any activity like that. Okay, so before the reporting, you just have to do till a certain limit. So ethical hackers follow responsible disclosure practices to report vulnerabilities to website owners instead of exploiting them. So guys, that's it for today. If you have any doubts, any questions, let me know. Guys, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in learning any of the courses or anything, you can let us know right away. um, in and all the enrollment for the all the enrollment procedure, you can contact us on the number given in the description, or the link already provided in the description. Thank you so much, guys. With CERT will be best and cost efficient, EJPT or CEH. Guys, let me tell you two things about the CEH or EC Council certifications. Okay, no hate to anyone, but I would say these CEH, EC Council certifications are very outdated. I would say do not give you enough information, but if we talk about corporate world or the information that or when we put the certifications in our resume, companies ask for certificates like CH or OSCP. But if we talk about certificates like EJPT, CPTS, these have got much more knowledge, much more practical stuff rather than these EC Council certifications. I will watch the video again because I'm late. Sure, Louise. And if you get any doubts, any questions, you can definitely contact us. Okay. So if you're talking about skills, go for EJPT, CPTS like certification. CPTS is bit advanced. Okay, it's even much more difficult than your OSCP. Okay, if I talk about CPTS, it has got a lot. Okay, our sir is CPTS certified. But if we talk about CEH, it might not have that much knowledge, I would say, but it has got a lot of what do we call it, a lot like that is what companies ask for. The corporate companies ask for CH certifications or any EC Council certification. I hope this is clear to you guys. Let me know if you have any career related doubts or anything. I'll definitely help you with all of this. This is all for free. But if you are interested in mentorship certifications, you can contact us for that also. Or if you are interested, you need some vouchers for EC Council certifications, for that also you can contact us. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. on the same time, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, then we have 25. On 25th, we'll be off because this is Christmas. Bye bye, guys.